And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, here of Talisman, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself, currently teamless, representing himself. It is herO from South Korea. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Cure. And you know what time it is, it's Gamma time. If you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our fresh best of 5. Let's go. Best of 5 has arrived. But now herO, just being as annoying as possible, does actually delay the racks by a second or two. So nice delay there from herO. But now pulling away. Likewise, at home setting up. And welcome one and all to Talisman. It is going to be a double gas opener out of Cure. So Cure, he's going for a faster factory, a delayed CC out of our Terran player, and in general here we do have a bit of a quirkier map. Now coming into Talisman, we do have two options for the low ground expansion. You can take the standard expansion here on the left, or you can take the more hybrid expansion on the right hand side. This is of course a little bit more lucrative as it does have some gold minerals, but at the same time it is a little bit more exposed. It's a little bit more isolated here on the right hand side. You can take this right hand base so and expand forward towards the center of the map and be hyper aggressive and kind of use this as a launch pad to go into like a 3 base all in and be aggressive and try to break the expansions of your opponents. We can see that herO is going for the standard natural though, and I would imagine that Cure would do the same. Oh, as is that factory again, double gas. So double gas into a factory first, delay TC. We'll keep an eye on where the command center is thrown down. herO does pull away. Does pull away. I definitely didn't see the 1 and 3 as the score rather than the seeding. I was confused for a moment. Is this a bracket reset? No. There's no bracket reset. It's a fresh series, fresh best of 5. herO just took down Beyond 2-0. Cure just took down MaxPax 2-0. So fresh best of 5. No double elimination or anything like that. Here we go. Meanwhile, going to be a Twilight Council opener out of herO. So Twilight Council with the blink, standard opener. Reapers are moving out, and we are committing herO into an extra wave of Reaper Hellion. As Reaper Hellion is moving out. And we'll see what Cure can get done. Now, ideally with this kind of opener, you do want to try to bust into a mineral line and try to wreak havoc. There are going to be some options here. He could even try to split up his Reapers and Hellions, so Hellions into the natural and maybe Reapers into the main. But as you can see here, the Reaper cliff is quite limited. This is the only one. So one Reaper cliff into the main base, and you have to gain access on the right-hand side as well. So it's a little bit more awkward, and herO is in position. And here we go. Reapers, they move in. They're headed towards the main. herO, he does spot this. Does react. Does focus on one of the Reapers. Boys are being pulled to deflect. Likewise, Hellions, they bust into the natural. They can two-shot. At first volley goes off. Oh my god, workers, they stack up. Oh my god, 2 probes. Split. Does split towards the end. 3 probes go down. Getting up to 4. Nice damage. 5 probe kills, nice damage towards the end for those Hellions, but bearing in mind that wasn't just 2 Hellions, that was the Reapers as well. So 2 Reapers and 2 Hellions do fall for 5 probes. I would say that's a decent trade, bearing in mind that Cure, he was also able to get some scouting information. He did confirm the tech, and the Reaper Hellion does not scale well into a longer game. Ideally, Cure, he wanted more damage, but it's okay. So to get some workers nonetheless, and he's not done. He's moving in with his Widow Mine drop. So Mine drop follow-up. Adept shades into, oh, not quite the main. Hallucination does instead. Does get eyes on the follow-up. On the tech lab on the starport. Widow Mines, they drop in. And herO, he should pull away in time. Whew, there we go. Does pull away. Baits out the shots. Medevac getting very low. Oh my god. Medevac almost goes down. and for all intents and purposes, the medevac is locked down. Is locked down here, cannot regenerate HP or any shields or anything, so it's going to be stuck on 14 HP. And here he will leave a Stalker here in position. Likewise, a Stalker at the natural as well. And here he spots the medevac. Meanwhile, going for a counterattack. Blink is done. He can blink in towards the main. He can try to at least. And blinks over. Tank is in position. Here he doesn't know what he's blinking into. Now he does. He spots a tank. Gets a Marine. Going for the depot. Getting some damage. Has to get out of here. Has to pull away. Oof. Please add 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers for a depot. Not the best trade here from herO. Reaper into the main. And now we progress. Now we continue. herO getting his 3rd base. Likewise, Cure throws out his 3rd CC at the natural. Both players building up in towards that mid game. That's the auto targets. 1 probe. Probe kill so far. herO hits the natural. Gets an SCV. This time it doesn't lose a Stalker. So nice little pickups here and there. When it comes to the follow-up here, herO, he is going into delayed gases. He's going into earlier charge. We did see herO last series against Bjorn. Time and time again, in both games actually, herO did go for faster Colossus production. Here, this is more standard as a follow-up. We have herO delaying Colossus and embracing charge instead. Now, he will eventually get into Colossus, don't get me wrong, but for now, he's going into a Gateway Explosion, +1, into charge, into a Warp Prism as well. This is designed to punish an aggressing Terran. So here he's going to be heavily reliant on a Gateway army instead. Not on a Robo-based army, not yet. As here it does spot Cure. It's like Cure trying to open up that 3rd. Going for the hybrid expansion. herO moving in with that Prism. Now, Cure, he's moving out into the open here, and my biggest concern is that Cure, he cannot defend his main. Prism is going to slip in, and right now, Cure, he is stuck outside the bases. Now, he will have production, thankfully. Cure does saturate that 3rd. Stalkers, will they get punished? But here come those Zealots, right into the main. Dive into the main mineral line. SCVs are going to be going down, going for a warp in as well. Likewise, Zealots, they try to collapse on that 3rd base. 9 shots are going off. So far, no major damage. Curie's keeping up. And I'm not so sure here can break this. Zealots, they push forward. But yeah, Cure, he will hold. Cure, he will hold on. Likewise, Cure, he deflects the drop. He deflects the main army. And Cure defends. Cure, he defends well. Personally, I was concerned about that drop into the main. Oh! I was concerned. But Cure, he shuts it down. Cure reinforcing once again, moving in. Gets a tank. Takes down one of the tanks. Does try to force a friendly fire. Can he get the final tank? Barely not. Yeah, he barely will not get that tank. Cure's holding. Cure, he holds, he defends. He does overextend, fighting out of range of the tank. Last, he cleans up all those Zealots. Here, he has to retreat. And from here, he is, I would say, falling behind, actually. Here, he's down in workers. He has a worse economy, as his opponent has gold mineral income. Here does not. Here going for a late 4th expansion. Here, he was essentially 3 base all in. Like, this 4th base is so late. And Cure, he breaks out. He breaks out. He's snowballing out of control. Cure, he cannot be stopped. Again, here, he had to do more damage, and he failed to do so. And Cure, he can push into the 3rd, but for now, he's going for the 4th. Yeah, denies the 4th base. Secure damage. Cure now moving in. Here, going for a DT counterattack. Here, getting desperate. He'll get some damage, don't get me wrong. We'll get some damage. SCVs are going down, but there are the scans. Scan at the natural. But still Dark Templar in the main. In every base, actually. And these DTs, they are giving herO a chance. Oof. Yeah, they're giving him a chance. As he's still getting more damage. Cure, he doesn't move in. Oof, my shot goes off. But the warpin will complete. herO catching out some of the army. No shot. herO, he holds. herO, he holds back at home. Those Dark Templar, they're the MVPs. They're dragging herO back in this game. He should be dead. He should be dead here, and the Prism is going to be chased down, but Cure, he races all the way back home. He gives up on the third base, forces a liftoff. And herO, he recovers. I don't know, that's crazy. I mean, we know how, with the power of the Dark Templar. DTs, they popped off. That was, what, 25 SCV kills. I mean, herO, he was dead in the water. He had nothing to defend, but now he has a Colossus. Now he has 2 Colossi. Extra warpins, another expansion, center base is being taken. Of course, Cure is still in this. Cure still has the greater army. But it's a lot closer than it once was. A lot closer here. As Cure, he was looking solid. Now he stims in, nice concave. He wants a Colossus, he's gonna get one. Yep, one Colossus goes down. And he wants the other. Nice force fields. Force fields, they do lock down the army. Vikings moving forward, but they overextend. Oh, they do get the Colossus though. Nice drop. Yeah, dropping the Colossus. Cure, he will clean this up. Catching at the Immortal, the Colossus, the Sentry. Oh, another Colossus out in the open. Here he gets into the mineral line once again. He gets in. Gets 8 more SCV kills. Once again, crippling the economy. Cure, he's down to 35 SCVs. He barely has an economy. And again, herO, he should have gone down minutes ago when Cure was knocking down this base. Now he's returned. But this might be too late here. And Colossus pushing in. I'm loving the spread here from Cure, but GG gets called. herO, he will break the army, and herO takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Very impressive game there by herO. herO, he was dead in the water. Like, things were looking dire for herO. herO, he lost his main army, he lost his economy, he lost his base. He was down in every aspect there. But the Dark Templar, those DTs, they cripple the economy and they force Cure back home. Now, to be fair, it wasn't just the DTs. If you remember, it was the DTs initially, and then the Warp Prism. Then the Warp Prism survived the Widowmine shot, got the Warpins in the main base, and with the help of that Warp Prism, with the help of those Warpins, that forced Cure back home. That forced him to respond because he was losing far too much. And in that moment, herO, he defended. He defended his third base. He was able to hold on, take his own fourth, and overwhelm. GG. GG, well played. A very impressive comeback there by herO. And that leads us into game number 2. Leads us into game number 2. I was looking at the army supplies had there as well, and again, Cure, he was like up in supply for the entirety of the second half of that game. But he couldn't make use of it. Like, if you remember, like, while the DTs were wreaking havoc, Cure, his main army was just left outside the base, was just left outside of herO's base, wasn't able to achieve anything with it, as he was struggling to defend, as he was scrambling to defend back at home. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game 2. We're going to be loading into Ultra Love. Let's go. Let us go. And we'll see if herO can continue that reign, continue his streak, or if a Cure can bounce back. We can bounce back and make a series out of this. Looks like our players, they need a moment. Here we go. Catching up. Kira played really well. DTs are tough to multitask against unless you already have detection. Yeah, I mean, his scans were solid. As you mentioned, it was a combination, right? It was a combination of the Dark Templar. Because they were distracting Cure, it allowed for the prison to come in as well. So together, like, that's where it really became a problem. Where herO, he wasn't just killing workers, he was also camping the production, right? And picking off Marines, picking off Marauders. Became very difficult there for Cure to handle that situation. Especially because initially he didn't want to turn around with his army, of course. Didn't want to turn around, but in the end he was forced to. And with that, that leads us into the next game. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, leading the series 1-0. But it's the best of 5. Plenty of games ahead of us, plenty of games to come. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid from South Korea. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is herO. Here we go. So now settling in. Are going to be selling in here once again. Double gas opener out of Cure, going for the faster factory, and here it does move out with its initial probe scout. So here he does move out. Cure setting up back at home. Big throw. Oh, don't be a clown, Bappy, don't be a clown. I feel like very often whenever someone says that, it's often, I don't know, just a very reductive way of referring to the game. It also like takes like agency away from the player that pulled off the comeback as well. herO in that case, where he did claw his way back in, despite being behind, despite being in a rough position. That's from here. We do have our initial openers. From here, we'll see if we do open up Reactor Reaper Hellion. So we'll see if we go Reaper Hellion. From here, we can also go into early Cyclone production. We can go for early tank production as well. Here, he has options. He has options here with his double gas. We'll see where this leads us. If you remember, last game, he did go into Reaper Hellion without a reactor, and he was able to get 4 probe kills. I believe it was 4 probes for 2 Reapers and 2 Hellions. Or sorry, it was, I think, 5 probes even. It was okay damage. It was okay. This time you can see he doesn't make any additional Reapers and any Hellions at all. So just a single Reaper opener, and Cure, he goes much faster here into his Widow Mines. So setting up for a mine drop. So Cure, he does get into his own Widow Mine production earlier. With this, he can go into maybe a triple Widow Mine drop. And it's going to be on herO to scout. Here he moves out with that hallucination. We'll check the natural. We'll get eyes in the main. And does confirm, yeah, the Widow Mine production is aware. Is aware of what's going on. Baits at the mine shot. Back at home, how many gateways? Now, we have seen herO be very fond of 2-gate blink into a third base today. He did it both games against Beyond. And speaking of 2-gate blink, once again, 2-gate blink Stalker setting up for a third. So we have a very yep, there it is, third base on the way. So very greedy build here by herO. 2-gate blink has fallen out of favor quite heavily in the meta, to be honest. Like, outside of today, I don't remember the last time I've really seen it used multiple times in a series. Even Max Packs doesn't do this. It's typically considered safe to just go 3-gate blink into blink aggression into a later third instead. But here he's just cutting corners, just cutting a lot of corners here, and is getting away with it. Meanwhile, Widow Mine drop comes in. Again, it's going to be triple Widow Mines. Mine drop goes off. Here he pulls away in time. Does pull away. Takes down 3 Widow Mines, or 3 probes. Ooh, nice connection towards the end, gets a Stalker. herO, he will defend, but with some losses. Now, what's a little bit scary is that the medevac is on 4 HP, so another Widowmine drop, I mean, the potential is there to go back in and get another shot off. So herO, he has to leave supply back at him to defend, while he takes his third. Meanwhile, herO, he didn't see the timing of the third base, and he didn't confirm the gateway count either, not completely. So herO, he doesn't know how greedy herO doesn't know how greedy herO has been. I think herO would say himself it was a throw. We'll never know. Sure, because I would never ask him that. I mean, why would anyone do that? That's, yeah. Be weird. As herO is moving out. That's not the hill to die on. Not at all. And so far, again, herO, he was skipping warp ins. He was skipping warp ins. He had less gateways. We'll see if he can collapse on those tanks. He blinks in. He gets one. Takes down one tank, but the Stalkers are going to be punished. They barely get the second tank as well. Oh, and with that, herO, he will hold. Whew. He will hold on. Takes down both tanks. Marines, they get forced back. Widowmine drop comes back in. herO, does he pull away in time? Oh my god. Does pull away. Despite that, 5 workers do fall, so decent damage here. And the Widowmine survives once again. Widowmine does survive. And with that, herO, he gets away with a better economy. As a reminder, herO, he went for a very greedy build early on, rushing to that third base. Now he's able to take advantage of it. Likewise, blinking into the main. Tank count was reset, and combat shields is going to be denied. I'm sure he was hoping for Stim. Stim was on the other tech lab. Regardless, nice pickoff. I mean, getting Stim would have been brutal. Like that would have been borderline game then and there. Thankfully, Stim will complete. With Stim finishing, herO, he can now vie for map control. But without his CC is going to be exposed. Getting a CC on location, so greedy here. If herO knew, he could just deny. But herO has no idea. He has no idea the base is being taken. I mean, only a madman will get his third base on location. And herO, he's getting away with it. Let's go. Yeah, the CC will complete. herO doesn't check. For now, being distracted. Cannon does deal with the Widowmine. And herO breaks out. herO breaks out, going for more mine drops. Widowmine's into the mineral line. herO, he does pull away. Oh, nice connection here on the sentry. Nice pickup. Sentry goes down. Sentry does fall. herO, he backs off. He does get that base up and running. Likewise, now he has Stim. He can take a head-on fight. herO, he has to back off. Does respect the army. Pulls away for now. And as the dust settles, herO, he's claiming his 4th base and now getting into Colossus production. Now, bearing in mind, Colossus production was delayed in favor of charge. But the first one is now on the way. So we're getting into the mid-game. Mine drop back in. There is that cannon to defend. Widowmines. Oh my god. That was close. The mine shots do not go off. Hi. They didn't connect. Secure again, he breaks out. Without the Colossus, these Stalkers, they have to back off. Just trying to slow down the army. I believe there's one Colossus back at home. Plenty of charge lots. Ooh, and here he comes in from behind, snipes the tank. Nice pick off. Setting up for the surround. herO, he has to get out of here. He has to get out. Does have to pull away. He's being chased down, losing every single Widowmine. herO, he stims back home. And herO, once he does consolidate his army, he can keep pushing. He can keep on going. Now there's 0 tanks, 0 Widow Mines. Ghosts are not out yet either. There's no Ghost Academy. herO's moving in. herO, he does break through. Yeah, Zelda's top of the Marauders. The Colossus, they just rain down on the bio. Yeah, rough fight for Cure. And GG. GG gets called. Cure, he bleeds out far too much here. And herO, he will take a 2-0 lead. Whew. GG. Again, a very greedy build here out of herO. We saw that Cure, he tried to punish him. A lot of this game came down to the first tank push. If you remember, there's 2 tanks across the map when Cure was pushing in towards that third base. And herO, he went for a crazy maneuver. He blinked on forward. He dove on those 2 tanks. And he barely sniped them. Once those tanks went down, I mean, herO, he got away with it, right? He got away with the greed, he got away with his third base, his fourth base. It was right after that where herO sniped combat shields. Wasn't a big snipe, but again, it just showed just how much control herO had after that fight. And Cure had to relinquish it, had to relinquish that control. He was stuck at home. Again, kind of overextended previously. I mean, it would have been ideal if he was able to pull off that push and that attack, but in the end, did lose everything as a result. GG. GG, well played. And herO, he is now 1 game away from claiming the series. One more game is all he needs. And we'll see if Cure can bounce back. Again, a lot of these games have been intense, and I don't really put a lot of fault on Cure, especially in that last game, just because herO has been playing pretty... How do I want to put this? In a very odd way. In a very odd way, he's been quite greedy here. As I mentioned before, 2 gates into a third base has been very out of fashion. It's very out of meta nowadays. As I was mentioning before, we cast a lot of TVPs on this channel, and I can't recall the last time we've actually really seen that multiple times in a series, let alone a broadcast, which also, same, like herO, he did the same build against Beyond as well. He has been getting away with it. We are getting ready for game 3. And Amygdala is one of the larger maps in the map pool. If our players wanted to be greedy, it would make a lot of sense here. I don't see Cure going 3 CC 3 racks on this map, not quite like Beyond, but he has potential. Here we go. Getting Stim would have been a game ending. Yeah. I mean, yeah. 100%. So it's happened before. So we are setting up. Just making sure we get everyone invited. Again, shout out to all the other casters. We have Mapu, we have Dave Testa, we have Bomioja, Rocklets as well, Enki of course, and Hermoso. Ah, este Enki. Did Cure go down to the boomer build? I don't think I would call it that. I wouldn't go that far. But old school for sure. When I say old school, I mean like a year ago, right? The meta just does change over time. But it was a lot more prevalent a year ago instead. Here we go. We're getting to our next game. We are loading into Amygdala. We're just waiting for our players. Our players are now ready. We're good to go. And again, I'm hoping for a back and forth. I'm hoping for a game 4, a game 5. But alas, the pressure is now on Cure. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss leading the series 2-0, 1 game away from claiming it all and becoming our champion. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Team Liquid, already causing an upset here in this tournament. I didn't want to gloss over it, but remember, he 2-0'd Max Packs earlier in the semifinals. We'll see if he can fight back against herO. It is Cure. we go. And I'm sure that all Cure wants is a standard TVP. I'm sure that's all he wants. That's all he wants. And again, here he's been anything but standard. As he's been cutting corners, being greedy at times, being overly aggressive at others. I mean, that's the power of herO, is that herO, he is a lot more unorthodox. He's willing to mix it up. He's willing to take risks, cut corners, and take those chances. More so than Max. Max, he's a little more solid of a player. I would say that when it comes to like standard play, that's where Max can thrive. That's where his strengths lie. herO, his strengths being a little more unpredictable, right? Being a little more difficult to read. And of course his control, his micro. As for now, once again, double gas. Every game so far in this series, double gas opener. We have seen Cure mix it up. If you remember, game 1, he went Reaper Hellion into commitments into Reaper Hellion. Game 2, he went for earlier Widowmine, so he went for a triple Widowmine drop. Game 3, what do you have for us? What do you got? As he is going Reactor first. Reactor first out of Cure. Into double Reaper. Now from here, he can go into a second wave and go up to 4 Reapers and 2 Hellions. We'll see if he commits into additional Reapers or just makes 2. Then into Marine production. As Reaper Hellion is on the way. Likewise, Stargate opener. I mean, we spoke earlier about herO mixing it up, and for the first time this series, Stargate play. Now, Stargate openers are more common on these larger maps, as it looks like we are committing into additional Reapers and Hellions, so a big commitment here from Cure. I would like to see an Oracle first. If we do open Oracle, then herO, he will have the tools to defend, as the Oracle can deal with this real fast and real quick, defensively, I mean. But Stargate openers, they can leave you vulnerable, they can be very risky as well. It's very rare to see them on smaller maps, but on larger maps like Amygdala, like Neon Violet Square, Abyssal Reef, that's where Stargate play can be more viable. As the army gets spotted and the Oracle's rallied home. And if Cure were to attempt to commit, the Oracle will shut this down. Cure getting to his own 1-1-1, into his own Mind Drop follow-up. He does make 4 Reapers and 2 Hellions, and again, he wants to bust into that mineral line. We'll see if he can. As the Reapers are denied, they cannot get into the main. They're blocked off. They're trying to, but they don't quite make it in. Nice SimCity there by herO. Yeah, the Oracle's on the hunt. The Oracle commits and gets 1 Reaper. Gets 1 so far. Gets 1, chases down the other. Or at least tries to. Is almost out of NG. Oh, does barely get it. 2 Reapers go down, and you can see already Cure is deflected. Cure, he's completely deflected, and so far this is a rough start for Cure. If you recall, you want to at least trade 1-to-1. You want to at least get into the mineral line and get, 4 or 5 probe kills, but Cure gets nothing. Gets nothing. He at least does preserve some of these units, and he's able to gain map control, and he's able to take control of the Zonagas, but this is a, so far, better start for herO. Now, at least Cure did force herO to show his hand, so Cure back at home, setting up. We have Cyclones on the way, building up Marines, getting ready the mineral lines. The chances of herO getting economic damage are that much lower now that he's shown his hand. So Cure is getting ready back at home. Oracle dips in. As the army gets baited in. Now, it's a nice bait, it's a nice stasis, but there's no real follow-up here as the Oracle does run into the Widowmine. Mind Shot goes off, takes down the Oracle. Nice pick off here from Cure. Very nice pick off. Shuts down the Oracle. Meanwhile, here he does reinforce and still making more Phoenixes. With that Widowmine, here he's going for... Oh, there's one more. One more Widowmine here in the mineral line. Shot goes off. Shot does go off, but here he commits. SCVs are going down. And Cure out of position. He'll bleed out 6 SCVs. 6 workers do fall. Likewise, Cure he attempts a scout. Scout gets denied. He at least gets eyes on the 3rd. And as we settle into this game, a big shout. Thank you so much to Just Me Executor. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing once again with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. Do appreciate the support. Thank you. For 2 months. Thank you so much. As we are here in the finals. We're in the finals. If you're just now tuning in, we're in the finals of PiGosaur Monday. We're hoping for a longer series here, but right now hero's up 2-0. And we'll see if he can close this out. So far, here he misses the rotation. He misses the main army until now. Until this moment. Here he's racing on over, trying to catch reinforcements. The boys are being pulled. It's a 2-base all-in. It's all or nothing. Either Cure ends the game here and now, or he dies trying. And here he doesn't see this. Not completely. Here he now spots the SCVs. Here are the Phoenixes. They weren't able to pick off any medevacs. They're coming from behind. Yeah, they go for the dive. They pick off the Widowmines. The Widowmines get lifted. As they can't fully engage. Still 2 more mines. Hero taking the slow. The longer this goes on, the better it is for herO. There we go. Lifts up the Widowmines once again. Yeah, not a single mine shot goes off. SCVs are going down. Lifts up a couple of Marines. Oh, it's getting close here. He needs more Zealots. Yeah, probes are being pulled as well. Yeah, messy defense here from herO. And it looks like herO, he barely might have enough. It's going to be close. The probes are going down. But he can afford to lose it. He can afford to lose that mineral line. He needs those warp-ins. He pulls back. Again, picking up 1 Marine at a time. Whatever he can get. Whatever he can. Widowmines are waddling in, and the Phoenixes are running out of NG. They're running out of support. Running out of steam. Cure, he's so close to breaking herO. Pushing further in. Oof. Macho goes off. Depows one of the gateways. One of the gates barely gets depowered. Immortal has arrived. We have turrets on the... Let's go! We have turrets on the way. But herO, with these warp-ins, might be enough. It'll come down to the lifts. Macho's going off. Decent connections. Yeah, Widowmines on the charge lots. Zealots go down. Still a handful of Marines left. Here he has to pull away. Bleeds out the Immortal. Massive pickoff. But the Zealots, they get on top of the Marauders. Yeah, they're moving in. Zealots move in. Marauder goes down. And herO holds. herO, he does hold on. A close hold. GG gets called. herO, he survives. And herO will claim the series 3-0, becoming this week's PiGosaur Monday champion. GG. GG, well played. A very intense all-in. Again, herO, he did miss the all-in. He did miss the SCVs up until that final moment. And it was a tough call to make, but some very nice control with those Phoenixes. Time and time again, he did target those Widowmines. He was able to lift the Widowmines, and out of the initial 4 to 5 Widowmines, I think only 1 mine shot went off. Or if that. So Widowmines were shut down until the end. Likewise, Cyclone got targeted as well. So really nice pickoffs there from those Phoenixes. That could have been a cleaner defense if herO had seen this ahead of time. He could have tried to pick away at the medevacs and slow down the army earlier. But it was a very last second defense. And with that, herO, he barely survives. GG, well played, congratulations. herO is our champion. But a shout out to Cure, a big shout out to Cure, because Cure, he fought very well here tonight as he did take down MaxPax. I would say a crazy upset. Like MaxPax, he is usually making deep runs in these tournaments, but he does fall to Cure just barely in those semis. We didn't get to cast that series. I believe Pig did cast that series instead, so he's got you covered with those VODs. I believe he did cover all of that, but we at least covered the upper run instead, with Bjorn, with Shin, and with herO. It was a lot of good fun, a lot of intense matches there as well. GG, well played. and hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time here. Again, when it comes to Cure versus herO, it did seem like game 1 was the closest, just because we did mention that Cure, he did have a lead, he was ahead, he was able to take a better fight on his side, and he had momentum, he was ahead in workers, ahead in army, but in game 2 and game 3, those were more in favor of herO, a little more in control, a little more dominant from the Protoss side. And unfortunately, we were denied a longer series. We were denied a game 4, denied a game 5. GG. GG, well played. But with that, we are going to be wrapping up this morning. Again, a bit of a shorter broadcast here. Only 3.5 hours, so usually we go for at least 4. So a little bit shorter, which I'm happy for. I am incredibly tired. It is 2 p.m. 2 p.m. here in Australia. I have yet to go to bed, yet to sleep. I would love to get some rest at some point. And as you can see, we have the rest of our schedule. So we're on Tuesday. We're here on Tuesday. We just wrapped up the PiGosaur Monday. Later on this evening at 7:30 p.m. KST, that's going to be at 9:30 p.m. we have the K Cup. That is a new tournament, and it might become a regular. We'll see. It might become a regular tournament. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. That is an event run by Kanoya. That is a French caster, and it is a Korean-centric tournament. I believe it is open to all regions, but it's at a more Korean-friendly time. So a more Korean-friendly time, and it is an open cup. So far, we have some insane signups. Let me just quickly double-check. We have our regulars, I should say. So players like Byeon, Cure, Dark, Shin, Honmono. Un momento. As I double check the brackets. I got you. So we have Dark, Zaun, Ryung, Cure, Bunny, herO, Byeon, Creator, Solar. So again, the players you would expect to see when it comes to these Korean events, they're going to be facing off in tonight's broadcast, so do tune in, do look forward to that. We did have to reschedule. We were originally going to be covering the Enki Pro Series show matches, but then this event got announced, so we're going to be focusing and prioritizing the K-Cup, and we'll be catching up with the Enki Pro Series show matches next week. It's going to be next week instead. 7 hours, 12 minutes till the next stream. Yes, 7 hours. 7 hours till the next stream. Here we go. So that is going to be our next broadcast in 7 hours. So if you're still around, I know it's going to be a rough time for the Americas region. So if you're in the Americas, you're probably going to be asleep at that time. But it's a little bit better for the Europeans and, of course, people living in Korea or Oceania, Southeast Asia. So that's the event in 7.5 hours. I'm just gonna go and get some sleep, get some rest, and wake up in time for it. Tomorrow we're gonna be live with the Kung Fu Cup replay cast of StarCraft Evolution. We have the Pond cast, Code for Giants Cup, KSL, SDO. Plenty of content throughout the week, plenty of StarCraft to come. Look forward to it. Do look forward to it. It's going to be a blast, I'm sure. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. As always, we are live on a daily basis. Now, we do have 2 half days off. Usually we only have half a day off a week, but we are gonna make it like I guess 1 day off a week, like 2 half days. 2 half days is gonna be our new attempted schedule. It's a little bit difficult because we have to like push back some events. Like if we wanted to, we could cast twice a day, every day, 100%. We've done that before, but we're trying to, you know, balance our lives a little bit, you know, have a little bit of free time to do other things. So that's the current goal here, at least for 2025, is to have some free time to do something other than just eat, sleep, and play and cast StarCraft. So that's the goal, that's the plan. What this does mean is that tomorrow we can ladder, we can stream on my personal channel, !light in the chat. And I do I typically only get to stream whenever we're not casting, but we're casting so often that I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks, so I don't really get to ladder too often. But because of these days off that we have, or these evenings off that we have, I should be able to stream, I should be able to ladder, so you can follow me there if you're interested. Again, I'm very rusty when it comes to StarCraft, because again, I haven't played in like 2 weeks, and even then, like I just rarely get to play nowadays because we're casting so often. But look forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I do enjoy laddering, I do enjoy playing StarCraft. I just don't get to very often, unfortunately. So You can be there for the smooch, papi. You can be there for the smooch. Otherwise, we also play Final Fantasy. We stream Final Fantasy 14, and I am also attempting to play through Final Fantasy 16 as well. I got Final Fantasy 16 for my birthday back in October last year, and I barely been able to play it. Like, we just haven't had time, unfortunately. We've just been so busy with all this StarCraft, so I haven't had time to play Final Fantasy 16. It's been an experience so far, and we'll get through it eventually. One day we'll be able to play. One day. Pursue your other hobbies. Find a balance. Take self-care. True. I mean, say other hobbies. I mean, this is all that we do right now. But yeah. I mean, I would appreciate at least, you know, being able to like have some time to like go for a walk. You know, go to the gym, workouts, look after yourselves, all that good stuff. Nice balance. Ideally. Oh, good. For now, though, we're wrapping up. We're going to be wrapping up here. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you wish to follow us, _socials in the chat. As you will get a link to our social medias, our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things Cranky Ducklings. So we do upload on YouTube on a daily basis. If you see something that you like here, if you're like, yo, I want to tune into the Korean Cup, but it's not in my time zone, I'm not going to be awake for it, then check out the VODs on YouTube, because they're there every single day. Plenty of VODs, plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you guys either later tonight or tomorrow. We'll see you next time. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.